Nobody got it. Nobody. I like their strategy. They saw that I bought food, so now they're approaching me to try to make some money. That's very clever. Y566QXM, yo. What's going on? How you doing? For anybody wondering, these are onion rings. But they're not like typical onion rings. They're like chips. It's almost like Funyuns or I can't remember the other brand growing up. Uh, Kawa says no problem. Cool, no problem. Or Kawa said hi. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Onion rings are like chips, guys. Make them fresh, almost like a Funyun or no. You know, it was it was a name brand, but I think it was just called onion rings back in the day. If y'all come out here, be careful. They're using some places are using fake alcohol, so people are going to the hospital getting sick. Um, and that happens in countries like this. You know, people are cheap, or they're trying to make more of a profit, so they try to make it from home or something, and they don't do the proper distilling process. Some people end up getting sick from the alcohol. So if you do drink out here, just be careful. Careful, guys. Anybody hear about the football player that got jumped? He got jumped in Ireland, which is crazy. I say this because I've been to Ireland once, and I went there for a wedding, went for a week, and it was great. I mean, seriously, like it was a great time. So to find out that someone, I mean, he was a backup, so people not gonna know he's famous or anything like that. But like someone with resources, someone that's like a part of like a cultural staple, at least in my country, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers. He goes out or whatever, he gets jumped. But there was a similar story that happened in Brazil, except this was caught on video. If any of you ever watched the UFC, there's this fighter, Wanderlei Silva, Wanderlei Silva, legendary fighter, been fighting for decades. He was fighting again. For some reason, he wasn't retired, but he was doing a boxing match. And then after the fight, a fight broke out in the ring, and he ends up getting knocked out cold, stone cold. Someone hit him when someone hit him with a hook, and he didn't see it. They hit him from behind. Su- Super super sad because to me, someone like Wanderlei Silva should be seen as a hero in his country. And I didn't realize that this happened in Sao Paulo. I'm not sure if he's from Sao Paulo, but I know for a fact he's from Brazil. And they knocked him out like he wasn't shit. And to me, someone like that should be like a hero in this country. But I don't know. I don't know how people necessarily treat their heroes here. Or well, him for example, I would consider a hero. He did a lot. He was a champion. Fought all over the world. Was a champion in Japan. I'm pretty sure was a champion in UFC as well at some point. Great fighter, but in his home country, it's like nobody even cared, which is crazy. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Always, especially when you're somewhere you're not familiar with, always keep your head on the swivel. Don't be paranoid, but just look around. You know, just be careful because anything can happen at any time, especially in places like this. People will steal your dirty clothes. You know, the other day, this beach that I'm at here, a cop got killed somewhere around here. Well, an ex-cop. Some people have absolutely no regard. So you gotta do the best you can. I don't look forward to stories. Bad things happening to people. I remember in the same week, this guy got drugged, and these girls must have stole like $10,000 from him, like 10,000 US dollars, not 10,000 of their money, but about $10,000. And then in the same week, Majestic 345 says, "I need a better phone, bro." Why do I need a better phone? What's the problem? I don't know if the live is chipping in and out. I don't know if it's the audio. Maybe it's my earphones. I don't know. But Majestic 345 says I need a better phone, bro. I mean, this phone is kind of old, but it's not like. I mean, it's not super old. I don't know if it's the phone or the earphones. Oh, okay. So it was my earphones. I'm sorry. Cause I'm like, this phone. I mean, when I go back home, I'm gonna get the new one. I'm gonna upgrade when I go home. This one, I mean, it's a little old. But it's not crazy. I think it was the earphones. But yeah, just be careful, guys. I don't want to read about you on the news. The same week that a guy got drugged and the girls got into his like wallet, well, not his like his digital wallet or whatever, his digital credentials, and got about 10,000 US dollars. These two guys were walking in Rio and they got robbed at gunpoint, stripped for their clothes, everything taken, just because that's what people do. I can't say I've ever been drugged. I can't say I've ever been robbed at gunpoint. Thank God. But just be careful, guys. People are very desperate. What's nothing to you is everything to one of these people. In places like this, it could be financial. In places like Ireland, I mean, it could be financial too, but it could be more about pride. It could be more about, oh, you think you're better because you're from the U.S. or whatever, but I'm from here, blah, blah, blah. You could be minding your business, bro, and somebody just hating. So I just want you guys to be careful wherever you decide to go. Speech, it's all right. I don't mind that it's not busy, but it could be cleaner. It could be a little cleaner, in my opinion. Remember, guys, if you are in the live, remember to like and subscribe. It doesn't update all the way, so or it doesn't update frequently. So I see that there's like a lot of people, or at least a decent group or whatever, for what it is, but it doesn't update right away. So I never know how many guys are actually in here, listening, participating, things like that. So be sure to like and subscribe. Say something. Answer to the best of my ability. There was actually a story about scammers that sell food. They overcharge. I went to two vendors next to each other. One place has more expensive drinks, but the other place has more expensive food. So I'm like, unless you're just drinking, you would want cheaper food and a slightly more expensive drink, I guess. It just doesn't make sense. A few things are consistent here. And I can't say I've been to another place where, it was just so inconsistent. It's there's two things in this country I'll say is consistent. Take a guess. And don't expect a ton of English out here either. Just don't. You'll have a ton of fun if you pull up here, but they're not the best. They're probably the worst prepared for I'll say English speakers than any other country I've been to. Especially working touristy jobs like beach jobs is like, other places is common sense, but here is like people just work at the beach. That's cool. It's cool. Obrigado. Obrigado. When you don't have food, they don't ask you to buy anything. In Thailand, or Phuket, I should say. That was the most annoyed I ever was by vendors. Super aggressive vendors. everybody that showed up. I appreciate y'all for showing up. We'll get out of here in a couple minutes. Let me know where I should go next. Salute to everybody on the ground. Salute to everybody on the ground. I appreciate those that come in and tune in. There's more interesting places, but sometimes it's good to clear your head. Probably gonna ask me for my bottle. All good. If I had a dog, I'd give him one. Never pity people. There's always somebody screaming, losing their damn mind. Yeah, today was nice. It was sunny, but it wasn't hot. But it wasn't necessarily windy, even though there's kind of a breeze. So it was interesting. It was like you could walk outside with a t-shirt, but you could walk outside with a spring jacket, with a light jacket. So the weather was interesting today, but it was nice, pretty nice. But as for today, that's it for me. I know I haven't been back on here in a while. I will be back to more consistency, multiple times a week. And yeah, until next time, remember to like and subscribe if you're in here.